So I did the thing that I used to do, sort of, which is I thought about making a video all day Monday. I considered doing it at work last Monday. I considered doing it at work, even though I was like, I really shouldn't be doing this. But I was like, okay, I'll do it right after work. I thought about it all day. And then I forgot until Wednesday, and I like woke up, and I was like, oh, wait, I missed Monday and Tuesday. It was like, I don't know, like a fog related to YPO specifically. And I was like, oh, okay, that's an accident. Um, and then I was like, okay, I'll do it like Wednesday or Thursday. And it just never happened and slipped my mind. And now here we are. It's basically the next week. So my bad. I'm going to go in order of the 3 videos um, that I missed. I'm very excited that Leo made a cameo. That was fun. I'll respond, but that was exciting. Okay, the first one. So, Kate, about the mugs. So, I try to be a thoughtful person, but I'm a very bad gift giver because I tend to give people things that I would like to receive and not necessarily like as well targeted for the other person. So I was like, okay, mug. And you emphasized the size in the video where you were talking about how sad you were it broke. So I was like, okay, I'll find something that size. And like the owl mug you had, I saw it and I was like, oh, I should get that. But I was so worried you got it. I was like, I don't even know. So I'm frustrated with myself for being like, I'm going to get what I would want instead of what you would want. But I'm glad you seem to like them and it's not too bad. Um, it was very fun seeing your reaction in the chat where you told the story of like, I think it was in the chat, like not knowing what was going on and like, who said this? What is it? Like, to me, that was very funny. Um, you mentioned a 20-year reunion in 10 years, and I was like, if we make it that far, I will be as old. So I will be so old then, I will be twice the age I was when we started. Because when we started this, I was just shy of my 20th birthday. So, like, that would be pretty legit. In that way, YPO has been a presence in my life, be it background or foreground, for my entire adult life. Like, I was a sophomore in college when this started. I wasn't really an adult yet. I was just kind of like a floundering young adult. So, like, through all of my mental health stuff as an adult, career stuff as an adult, moving around to different states as an adult, like, through all that, like, you guys have been in the background, which is cool. And, like, now I'm being a better member of the group and more in the foreground. So that's even more cool. Yeah. You talked about disposable film cameras. I remember those. Or you might have talked about film cameras that you buy new ones. We had disposable film cameras where you like buy the yellow and then you take out, you send it to the like to CVS or whatever, and they'll develop the film for you. And then you have to buy a whole new camera because those cameras are not reusable. And it's like kind of shocking to think back on that we would throw out a whole camera. Bound journals versus spiral notebooks. So this size and style is my sweet spot. I have like a dozen of these, not really, probably like 6 or 8. I like that they're small and I like that they're spiral bound because you can rip out pages. I have bound journals, and if I mess a page up, I'll be so stressed. I'll get like legitimately anxious and I'll be like, I can't fix this. If I rip it out, it'll be obvious and terrible. So I have one notebook I started, I got literally 2 pages in, and I'm like, oh, I don't like what I did with those 2 pages, and I have not touched it since. Spiral bound to me, like, leaves room for errors and room for, imperfections. I'm a little neurotic, if you hadn't picked up on that. I also prefer the half size because to me it's the right amount of space. So I can move on to the next page or to the next thought or whatever. Like, I like that. And a half size fits in my purse, in almost every purse I've ever owned, versus a full size notebook would be weird in a purse that's this big. Oh, that reminds me, I'm going to skip ahead. Kate, you talking about trying to like measure the height of the ladder, but like off the bed, and can you tell how high? Like, that was so relatable because it's like, it was like hilarious, but also relatable because it's like, yeah, you're in a video, you're right next to the camera, you can't show it compared to your body. It's so confusing, but like, you did a good job. Okay. Back on target, back on track. the phrase "a mint green owl onesie" to me was very funny, and I think it's amazing and awesome you own that. A lot of owl themed items there. That's cool. That's cool. Um, I never studied poetry in school. I am very fond of The Twelfth Night, but that started because of She's the Man, the movie. That didn't start because of like reading it the first time, The Twelfth Night, the play. But now I read it all the time. I have it on Kindle, so I can just like read it every couple of months because I really enjoy The Twelfth Night. Um, oh, and then, so Kate, we've been talking about like the making 12, 16-minute videos thing, and I realized a 16-minute video means, instead of a 4-minute video, it means 12 more minutes of a friend talking to me, which in the middle of a pandemic is like the best thing in the world because honestly, I just want friends talking to me and I don't get that as much now. So like, you can talk as long as you want. I will watch all of them. I will love all of them. Okay, now I'm up to Leo. So in all caps, the first line is, "Whoa, hi!" Um, you talked about original usernames from back in the day, or you both talked about that. And I'm like, I don't know how many I would remember. Probably not many. Like, I know what a few were, but like the actual original usernames, I don't know that I would even recognize who was who. So good on you for remembering. I'm very sorry about your sock monkey hat that was lost. That made me sad. It's cool when you have like an iconic thing over time that you like, but it's sad, you know, when you lose it and can't replace it. You talked about losing the photos on your phone. Google Photos is my life, and I recommend it. I also, fun fact, Apple related, I used to have an iPhone, it's like several years ago now. I still use it as an iPod, but I don't use it for the phone purposes. I paid for the $1 per month upgrade to increase my Apple storage space, and I don't know how to turn it off. So for years, I have been paying 99 cents a month for Apple storage that I do not use. So, like, maybe I should look into canceling that. But, like, when it's $1 at a time, I don't think about it. But, like, if I look at it, it's like, it's $12 a year. That probably does add up. Like, I should be addressing this. But just like in the beginning, it was like, oh, I need to do it next month. And then next month became what I've had this phone over a year now. So yeah, a year and a half. I love to meet you with your partner and that you lived across Europe having this amazing adventure. That seems like the stuff of dreams. Like seriously, like living in different places and having all those experiences seems so epic. And then you have a kid, which I somehow knew you had a kid, but I thought it was like a baby because time doesn't pass in a normal way, and I don't know how to process time passing when I'm not seeing things happen in front of me. So I'm like, a 4-year-old is not a baby. But congrats on having an awesome family that sounds like a really great environment to be living and raising a kid, and like having supportive parents for a kid who may or may not be having be on the autism spectrum. Like, that's amazing because that all the kid needs is supportive parents and like people who will work with the school system or whoever else. And good on ya. I'm glad you seem to have such an amazing life. And like your kid is very, very adorable and perfect and sweet, and I'm glad you have that. And if you want to go into the background, that's great. If you want to pop up again, that's great too. Because I liked how Kate phrased it as your pants is not an all or nothing proposition. If that were true, I would have been kicked out like many, many years ago. But like, I'm glad I wasn't, because I'm so grateful that you can pop in and out and you can show up more at sometimes and less at sometimes. And that's special because sometimes you have a lot going on in your life and you can't, and sometimes you're overwhelmed and can't, and then other times you just want the community and the love of this channel. And I have felt that throughout, whether or not I've been an active presence, which is really cool. So thank you for showing up. Okay, and then back to Kate. I keep writing down quotes, which is, I don't know if that's weird to like quote you back at you, but like to the people who have wandered in, you are welcome to stay, but you'll probably be bored and confused. I laughed. Oh my god, like legit laughed because that is so well phrased and like I don't know what anybody would be doing if they're just watching our videos, but like you do you. um Also, it's the YouTube algorithm is so confusing to me because sometimes a video will get like 1,200 views, and then the next 10 will get 3 views, and the next one will get like 400 views, and I'm like, why does it ever think our videos interest anyone? Like, what is the algorithm catching that makes people think you should watch this? I do not know. I'm shocked at how few photos you have. I wrote this down. In my Google Photos, which I, a few years ago, uploaded most of the pictures I had ever taken to Google Photos. So it's mostly just pictures I've taken, but it also includes things like screenshots and stuff like that too. So it's not all point and click. That said, the number of photos in my Google Photos is currently 57,296. Before the era of screenshots, which for me is just a few years ago, every single one of those was a picture. I have some baby pictures that other people took and I uploaded to my Google Photos, but the vast majority of that are photos I took. Since January 12th, which is about 2 months ago, there are only 2 days that I have not taken a picture, and screenshots don't count for that stat, which were February 13th and January 15th. I don't really know what was happening on those days, but every other day I have taken at least one picture, be it a selfie or a picture of something outside or inside or whatever. So yeah, like picture taking is just like a part of my day. Like I don't even think about it. It just like, oh, my hair looks nice, selfie. Oh, this tree is really tall, picture. It just happens by default. It's also like I duplicate pictures sometimes when I really want to make sure one of them comes out okay. And my hands shake a bit, which means I really emphasize taking multiple pictures because sometimes, like, it's not doing it now as much. Kinda. Like, sometimes when my hands shake, it's just enough to unfocus camera or, like, kind of unfocus a camera enough that, like, I wouldn't be posted on the internet quality, which is frustrating. So, not all of those 57,296 photos are like I am blanking on the word. Their own picture. Some are duplicates. I don't know what the word was. Whatever. I'm bad at. I keep blanking on words. It keeps happening. Back in the day in high school, I used to delete duplicates. Like I would pick my favorite picture from like a series of 2 or 3, and I would delete the extras. And then in the era of the smartphone, when I did not have to unload pictures from one device to put them on another and edit, I could just like edit from here. I stopped doing that. So I have almost no duplicates from high school or college. I didn't get a smartphone until 2016, 2015, something like that. It was like April of 2015. So for the past, oh my gosh, 6 years, I have been operating one device for pictures. So I have been deleting duplicates. Wow, I was so late to the smartphone game. Like, I was after almost everybody I knew, but now I'm like, I have had a smartphone for 6 years. Bonkers. I had the iPhone 5C and the iPhone SE, like, way after everybody else did, like, multiple years after, because I was like, what's the iPhone you can get for free with the Verizon plan? And at that point, it was the 5C and then the SE. And they don't do the free iPhone thing anymore. So, like, I don't have an iPhone now. I got the cheapest Google phone I could get that had the specs I wanted when I bought my phone. But I like Google because my world is Google. I have a Google Chromebook, which is my laptop or my phone stand at this moment. I have a Google phone. It just, like, everything is in my Google account. I'm not even going to say the sentence I was going to say because I cannot jinx that. I don't miss wildfire season, but I do miss your garden videos. So, wildfire season, it's shockingly bad. Like California, we have good weather right now, but like my coworker the other day said in the middle of a conversation, I hope the fall never comes. And I have never felt that about any season, even winter in Massachusetts. I never thought that. But I agree. I think she's right. I hope the fall never comes. If I could stay in eternal 109-degree summer and it would mean no fires, I would probably pick the eternal 109-degree sun. That was how hot it was when I got here. And it wasn't fiery that weekend. And I was like, oh, okay, this is brutal, but I can manage it. I can sit in front of my air conditioner. When the fire came, there's nothing you can do. Anyway, no fire right now. Garden videos are great if you feel like ever sharing one again. You also don't have to, because I really do enjoy the chatting videos, because I feel like we're having a lot of back and forth conversations, although I am not even going to have time to add a new thought that I was going to add, because I'm at 16 minutes and I don't want to go to 30 minutes. Oh, okay, the last thing I'm going to say, and then I'm done. Oh shoot, I have more things to reply to. Oh my gosh. I probably had a point when I started, but I had forgotten. That's everything I say on this channel, like 50% of the time. I was like, I couldn't make sense. Your cat's not wanting to share things is amazing. You understanding what each of your cats means when they say these things is even more amazing. Because I find pets at times like, what do you want? What do you want? What is it? What is it? But you like understand them. And then when you were talking about your cats and you were like, oh, the cats are making noise, I don't know if you can hear them. There was a very loud cat sound that I could hear. It was outside my window. It was so loud. I was like, oh my God, what's happening to her cats in this video? Because I thought this like sound that was way louder than your voice on my screen was from your video. I was like, holy smokes, mutant cat. But it was outside. It was fine. Sometimes there's a stray around here. I call her she, is orange and gorgeous and probably belongs to somebody, but I say stray. I don't know. It's an outdoor cat. Okay, and last thing is, part of why I'm doing this right now is I am getting some writing critiqued in a couple hours, and I am nervous AF because I've never had writing critiqued ever before in my life, like in a workshop setting. Like I've shown people novels and asked them to read them and gotten a little bit of feedback, but this is like a formal setting of other writers critiquing my work, and I'm like, okay, I can handle this. I don't have crippling anxiety every day, and I definitely can't have edibles before this because I have to be presentable and professional-ish. Good luck to me. Bye, everybody. I talked for 18 minutes. I'm sorry. DFTBA. Love you guys. Bye.